Okay, what's up, everybody? Welcome to another exciting episode of Tech Talk, where we're keeping you updated. Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Jonathan Nindi, aka JAY, and I'm gonna be your host from now and beyond. And if you haven't done so already, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell while you're at it, so we can be making more videos for you. All that's left to say is welcome to Tech Talk. Okay, so now that we have everything out the way, allow me to say I should actually do this with a mic. Yeah, I always wanted to do this, like announcing. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to rumble. Okay, why did you do that? Okay, let's get ready to that. Yeah, let's get ready to rumble. Okay, so today's episode, we're focusing on a very interesting fight. Hence, I had to do the intro. There's only do that. So we're getting ready for which has to be one of the biggest fights of the century. No, I'm not talking about Mayweather and Pacquiao, although that was quite interesting. And no, I'm not talking about Wilder and Fury. That was also interesting. This is big because, well, the people that are involved are quite big. They're huge. So, ladies and gentlemen, let me start off by saying I'm excited to talk about one of the biggest fights of the century. That is the Elon Musk versus Mark Zuckerberg fight. It's, well, supposed to be a cage fight, but, we're just going to tame it as a fight, for now. So, allow me to start off with something that I have very fond memory of. So there used to be this show on MTV called Celebrity Deathmatch. Now, what would happen in this Celebrity Deathmatch is you would get different celebrities, put them in the ring, and, well, they slug it out, fight, and, well, it was quite bloody, but I guess the whole concept of it was getting these different celebrities, putting them in the ring, and watch them slug it out. And so I guess I sort of felt like this sort of feels like, that kind of a thing where you'd bring celebrities onto the fold and then they would fight. It kind of feels that way because Elon Musk and Mark Zuckerberg are, well, already well known to the planet, if I can say that. And so I guess some of you are asking, okay, how did we even get here? Where did the whole thing start? Well, apparently it seems like it's something that's been in the making, and it looks like we've just reached boiling point because Mark and Musk have been going at it for quite some time now. And this is something that we've actually seen even the past year in 2023 because we've had Twitter versus Threads go at it. And so, well, it's not exactly very surprising that we're now going to reach a point where these two actually want to get physical with one another. But to cut the long story short, this whole started as a tweet that was made by either of them, and then the other person, it's actually Musk that actually responded with saying that he should just Mark Zuckerberg should give him a location and he will be out for that fight. And so, well, what seemingly started as a mere tweet actually led into something bigger than just a mere fight on social media, and subsequent tweets and conversations that followed actually had these two saying they wouldn't mind actually having a cage match. Now, yeah, I know, right? Like an actual cage match. And yes, this actually went as far as saying Musk actually tweeted saying, just give me a location and I'll be there. And Vegas was the choice of the location. And lo and behold, it was set. Musk versus Mark at a cage fight in Las Vegas, and the owner of one of the owners from the most famous MMA brand, the UFC, actually said they were actually going to make this official. Now, having looked at the profiles of these two, let's maybe take a bit of what they call the tail of the tape when you look at how Mark Zuckerberg and Elon Musk actually match up against each other. So we'll start out with the age factor. So Elon Musk is coming in at 51 years. Mark Zuckerberg is coming out at 39 years. When you go to the height, Elon Musk comes in at 5'7" and Mark Zuckerberg is coming at 5'11". We're not exactly very familiar with inches and stuff like that, but just know that Elon Musk is taller than Mark Zuckerberg. So when you go to weight, Elon Musk is coming in at 178 pounds and Mark Zuckerberg is coming at 154 pounds. In terms you can actually understand, Elon Musk is coming in at about 81 kgs, if I'm not mistaken, and Mark Zuckerberg is coming at about 70 kg thereabout. When you go to the net worth, Elon Musk is coming in at an estimated $236 billion, and Mark Zuckerberg comes in at about $103 billion. That's a huge margin, a margin of about 133 about there between Elon Musk and Mark Zuckerberg. When you look at companies that these two own, Elon Musk comes in with about 5 companies or so, while Mark Zuckerberg, well, not much really in terms of companies, but he owns Meta, that owns a whole lot of other subsidiary companies, but we can only say there's only one to talk about there. But with Elon Musk, you have SpaceX, you have Tesla, you have the Boring Company, you have Neuralink. His resume of companies speaks for itself. When you talk about kids, Elon Musk has about 9 kids, not very far away from future. Mark Zuckerberg only has 3 at the moment. And when you look at some professional belts that these guys actually have in terms of actual, martial arts belts, Elon Musk has quite a number of martial arts abilities under his belt. He has a black Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu belt. That should tell you something. And Mark Zuckerberg, who recently got into the fight scene of things, I guess, has been in a number of tournaments here and there, but he holds a blue belt for Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. So they both actually have done Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. And so that's the tail of the tape, and this is how these two stack up against each other. Now we're obviously moving on to the next question, which is what are the odds? What we know what we have on paper, but if we were to weigh the fight, who would win, So on paper, Musk wins on every point, including kids. He's taller, he's heavier, he's got way more money than Mark Zuckerberg. He's older and things like that. Mark is a bit on the downside in terms of a lot of things, but when you look at activity and who's been more active in the ring, if we can call it that, of late, Musk really falls back here because he's not very active. He actually sent out this one funny comment to say, the only time I exercise is when I'm lifting up my kids, and picking them up from school. So, he's not exactly very physical. In terms of actual physical fighting and, that kind of activity. No, he doesn't really hit the gym much, if we can say that. Mark Zuckerberg, on the other hand, well, he seems to have a pretty active lifestyle right now. He's been involved in a lot of active martial arts tournaments, as well as he climbing up the ranks in terms of having to get the Brazilian jiu-jitsu belt, the blue one, that is. So when you put one against the other, Mark Zuckerberg actually wins this by a long shot, because Musk is way too busy running his companies, that he's not very active in the ring. So venue, well, the venue, it was said to be Vegas, but it looks like it has also again changed to the Coliseum. And for those that don't know the Coliseum, it's a very ancient historic site that's based in Italy, Rome, and back in the medieval days it was used for gladiator fights, and well, there's a lot of things that have happened there, but yeah, so Vegas, then the Colosseum. We don't really seem to have like one place where this thing could actually happen. And when is this thing going to happen? Well, no dates yet, neither time, but the two of them seemed to be slugging it out on social media, on calling each other out, saying he's not serious. If he's really serious about this, you should really get like a date and a time to this. So is this really gonna happen? I don't know, man, but I honestly am looking forward to it, because it would be a grand thing to have. I mean, these two top billionaires in the tech industry, and they would really garner a lot of attention wherever this is going to be held, either in Vegas at the MGM Arena or at the Coliseum. Who knows? Wherever it's going to be held, it's going to be a big fight, and both of them agreed that whatever monies that this fight would garner, if it does happen, would actually be donated to charity. So is this gonna happen? Well, we'll wait to see. It seems like at some point the buzz was there, and this was actually going progressively well, that it was going to happen, but somewhere down the line it's somehow simmered down. So hey, I guess we'll wait to see whether or not this will happen. Yeah, it's actually quite exciting. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, that's it. That's all the lowdown and the info you need to know on what is supposedly termed as the biggest fight of the century: Mark Zuckerberg versus Elon Musk. It's a battle of the billionaires, and if it does take place, we'll be here to call the shots and tell you exactly how it went down. That's it for today, ladies and gentlemen. If you haven't done so already, please hit the subscribe button, and hey, please let us know who you think would actually win between Mr. Musk and Mr. Mark Zuckerberg. Who of the tech billionaires do you believe would actually win? Looking at the profiles that we've given you today, and generally, who do you think would actually win a fight between these two? So if you haven't done so already, please hit the subscribe button, because we're making more videos that are keeping you updated. Ciao.